Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put the fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again.
speed of light do decay more slowly than stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
your feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, get loose with the heat. Right now, big up body till we black out. Black out. So get the fuck up.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. We are back once again for the F1 Championship here at Simplay, and we are in Italy in Monza here for the 12th round of the championship. And once again, just me in the commentary box, your commentator for this evening, Unorthodox16, aka Dan Davis. We've got a couple of cars going out on track, a couple of guys missing this evening. A few of them out. I believe Lucas Roth has been karting and he's unable to make it. Monkey Boy won't make it back in time, and Rabbit Joe already crashing into the back of Craig E there. So a great start for Rabbit Joe, as he will now have to make his way around the circuit. But like I said, we are live here for round 12 of the championship, and good evening to everybody in the chat. I'm having to do this through my phone because, like I said, my internet's not been great, so I'm using my mobile data this evening. So Disco in the chat, PM Motorsport, Hunter Daniel and Max as well. Good evening, everybody. Is there a Discord link? I believe in the maybe in the description later, but if not, just have a look on Facebook for the YouTube account, or if anybody is in the chat, i.e. Disco, PN, or any of them who is able to drop the message in, please do so. Drop the link in. But we are live here at Monza for the 12th round of the championship, and the championship is hotting up for sure, knowing that next week we will be losing Matahimovic. He won't be able to race the next round of the championship due to going away off to Switzerland, because Rabbit Joe's just being like a Honda and just cutting the grass for a minute. But where is Matimovic? There he is, out on track. The Discord in the description isn't working, too old. Okay, right, in that case, if you... I'm just trying to figure this out. I'll try and find the... there's a Facebook page as well. Okay, yeah, so Discord says hit the Facebook page. There might be a better chance of you getting onto that. Simplay Motorsport is the page, but we are live here for the F1, and we're going to try and get this done and over with as quickly as possible, as the F1s themselves will be on track at 8:30 in Miami. We are here at Monza, though, for the next round of the championships. Let's have a run through of the drivers we have here this evening. Fury CBK currently still in the pits for McLaren, and we now move to the Williams of Craig E. Back once again after a second race at Zandvoort. Hopefully he can do a better chance here at Monza. P3 at the minute we have Gary 131, and in 4th place at the minute is Go 10 Duffin still in the pits. Rabbit Joe in 5th place with that task that was damaged earlier on. And we have another driver here with us, Steve, now filler in. That Buzzy Boy, the man who was looking so good to take a win at Sakito in the Pro-Am. He is here in the Alpine, and he's going to give the F1 Championship a go himself, filling in for some of the drivers. A. Smith with no teammate this evening. Monkey Boy unable to race tonight, so as that Buzzy Boy sets the early pace. DJ Phil also here tonight. There's your championship leader, Matimovic, who crosses the line, and he goes fastest of all, at 23.0. DJ Phil currently in the pits for the Red Bull team. And we have the two Ferraris, the favoured for the Defosi here tonight, PN Motorsport and Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy coming towards the line, setting his first lap times. But the two Alfa Romeos currently in the pits, Green Pies and Gillick Joe, both Alfa Romeos in the pits, as Green Pies now exits the pits. So guys, if you are new to the channel, then please hit that like button and subscribe. I am going to try and get the Discord code so that I can drop it in the chat. Like I said, guys, I'm doing this through my phone, so I am trying my best with what I have here. Invite, copy link. So I've copied the link. The Fury gang in the chat. There is the Discord link. Hopefully that should work for you, Max, so we can get you into the championship. I'm trying to load my computer so I can look at the standings as well. And there he is. Welcome, Mark 2 at the Discord. All sorted out for you there, buddy. So welcome to Simplay Motorsport. And if you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe. And if you are interested in doing the F1 Championship, we will get you in for the next round of the season. So now getting the tables up. So Big Boy Brazier setting the pace already with a 21.4, and he's done that on the soft tyre. No worries, Max. Glad to have you in the chat. Like I said, guys, let's hear from you. Let's hear from everybody in the chat. Who do you think is going to take pole position, and also who do you think is going to win the championship? We are down to the last few races here, as I just try and find the F1 standings. Here they are, and it is Matimovic who leads away with 197 points to his name. Second place is Green Pies. He's 29, and after a bad Zandvoort, he really does need a comeback. In third place is Gary 131. He's 88 points behind, but he still could get in there. He's mathematically still in it, as is Mazda, who's not here tonight. He's dropped out of F1. Sutty Apex, who's not here either. He's still mathematically in it, but then we drop to PM Motorsport and Big Boy Brazier, who are in 6th and 7th for Ferrari, both not able to win the championships, but nonetheless trying to do it for Ferrari, and they're still mathematically in it for the championship. Disco reckons that Jamie is for pole position. Fury in 8th place with 44 points, and 9th is A. Smith, 10th is Monkey Boy, and that is PN Motorsport. He's dropped it. He will not finish qualifying, and he will start 3rd at this precise stage, as A. Smith currently in 2nd place position, not far off Big Boy Brazier's pace. The Mutts Nuts currently in 12th with DJ Phil in 13th for a Red Bull. That Buzzy Boy in 14th. He scored 0, but I don't know why that's there. Gel Ram in 15th, scoring 26 points in the last race. Argent 16th. 17th is Rabbit Joe. 18th is KLF 900. Keegs in 19th. And 20th is Jalek Joe. We've also got Goten Duffin. Bryn also bringing up the rear. Leon Fernie. And then Too Hot For You at the back. Craig E also in that championship. Regarding the teams, it looks like this. Aston Martin lead the way with 306 points. They're getting closer and closer winning that championship with this man and Gary 131, who exits the pits. In 2nd place is Alfa Romeo with Green Pies and Jalek Joe. 151 points to their name. 3rd place is McLaren with Fury and Slutty Apex. 4th is Williams. 5th is Ferrari. 6th is Haas. They are still mathematically in it, but they have 1 point in it still. AlphaTauri, the first out of the championship, with Alpine in at the bottom of the table with 0 points. Red Bull in 8th place, and in 9th place is Mercedes with 18 points. And guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to take pole position here, as PN once again frustrated with himself. Couple of bad rounds for himself, and he carries that on again as he is out of this qualifying session. Couple of facts here about Monza, obviously most famously known as the fastest circuit in F1. Green Pies going into P3 there. We are going to find out what tyres they are on. So give me a minute while I find out that data. Let's get the time lapse up. Let's also get the track map up. And let's see what tyres, as Green Pies has set his lap time on the medium. We reckon that the tyre strategy is probably going to look like this. It's going to go soft, mediums. It's probably the best option for this evening, as Matijevic goes into the fast right-hander long bank corner. Do you guys also have GT3 Championship on Project Cars? Yes, we do. We are currently in the middle of our championship. Matt has actually dropped it. I say in the middle. We've just started first round of Sakito. We do that on a Wednesday and a Thursday night. Pro and Pro-Am. Pro-Am on a Wednesday and Pro is on a Thursday. Who's currently on a lap time? Jalek Joe. No front wing on him, so he's out of this qualifying session. Well, out of this lap time anyway. This he won't improve. Who is coming into the final sector there? It is a Williams, and that is Craig E, who's first time he's bought the game. And yeah, he's really thrown himself into this championship. He's going to give it a go. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday night, because this guy will be out on track. We also do a British Touring Car Championship on a Tuesday night. We've done the first round, and across the line, Craig is going into 8th place position ahead of that Buzzy Boy. But the British Touring Cars will be next after these on the Tuesday night, as we will be heading to Donington Park National for the second round of the championship. Top 4 has to run with 100 litres worth of fuel. That will be myself, WSRC, Jay, Fury and Cobb, all of us running 100 litres for race 1. And at the minute, the weather is looking very good. Then we head to Road America for Wednesday and Thursday night for the Pro and the Pro-Am. That is your schedule here at Simplay Motorsport. F1 on a Sunday, touring cars on a Tuesday, and then the GT3s Wednesday and Thursday night, as Gary gets himself into P2. That's a good lap time from him, a 21.9, who is currently on a lap. Craig E exiting Parabolica 2. Sorry, not Parabolica 2. Degna 2. I'm trying, actually, no, Lesmo 2. I'm getting mixed up with Suzuka and Monza. Ah, nice. I maybe want to join that. Now I am driving in SR League, and the 21st of May is the final. I can win the championship there. Now searching for more GT3 days. Well, nice to have you tag along if you can, Max. You will have to start in the Pro-Am, as everybody does, to prove your worth in there. And then obviously if you do come in the top 3 in the Pro-Am, you'll be promoted up into Pro. Currently on a lap time, Matijevic is gone purple in the middle sector as he comes through Ascari. He gets that nicely done, exits the final corner. This man looking favoured to win the championship, but him and Green Pies missing races. They're trying to get as many races under their belt as they possibly can. Into Parabolica we go. Matijevic takes Parabolica, ready to go. A bit nervous on the throttle on exit there. He takes every bit of the road he possibly can. Track limits here is done by the game, and he crosses the line. Matt Imovic takes pole position with 1:21.1. Let's take a lap with a car, and we will do that with Fury CBK, as he hasn't put a lap time together, and I know he will be doing a qualifying lap on the next lap. Guys, if you are new here, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell to be notified, as Fury is coming into Parabolica. This kid is looking good in the Touring Car Championship. He looked very good at Sakito as well in his Mercedes, but his Touring Cars, he is leading the championship. But as he exits Parabolica, we will take a lap with him at Monza in the McLaren, where Daniel Ricciardo won the race last year. So he goes down the main straight towards the first chicane, fastest part of the circuit, towards the chicane as quickly as he goes. He'll then hit the braking board of 100 meters, gets it turned in. This is where Lewis and Max came together, and into the gravel they go. Good exit from Fury, all about the exit, makes he gets a good drag. We have got a car out. That is A. Smith, who's dropped it in the second chicane. We go into the long right-hander. This is where Fernando and Vettel rubbed doors, and Fernando went onto the grass into the braking zone. Mika Häkkinen dropping it and putting it in the wall, putting him out the race, just exactly as Fury done there, bouncing over the curb. He is purple, sector 1 into Lesmo 1. Make sure you get it car turned in, don't take too much curb, the car will come unsettled. Down into Lesmo 2, a little bit easier, and get a good exit. Very easy for the car to become unsettled and drop the rear, as A. Smith and PM Motorsport are both out of this race. Down under towards the bridge we go, and towards Ascari, making sure you nail this. 100 meter board once again, he turns in, make sure the front grips, making sure the rear is happy as well, as he's a little bit unsettled as he touched the curb. Sector 2, he wasn't as quick. And towards Parabolica, Matt is looking good for pole position at the minute. Big Boy Brazier currently out on track as well, as Fury goes into the final corner, into Parabolica. A lot of curb, that's going to unsettle the car, push him wide. It should keep him in track limits. Towards the line he comes. Fury CBK in the McLaren. Where's this going to put him? It's only 8th place position for the meantime. So Fury, a little bit more time to find from him. Man, we're waiting to see what times he can do in the soft tyre is this man, Green Pies. We know how fast he is in the F1, and right now he's only set a medium lap time, and that is what he's produced. Rabbit Joe also on the mediums. That's his best lap time. Can he find more pace if he puts the softs on? That Buzzy Boy also into the pits, and your current qualifying order so far is Matimovic currently on pole position in the pits, waiting to do his last run. Big Boy Brazier currently out on track. He is exiting Parabolica and starting his flying lap. Gary 131 currently on his out lap as well. Those two, that's your top 3 at the minute. A. Smith currently out of this session, dropping it in Lesmo 2. With Green Pie still in the pits at the minute, leaving it to the very last moment. Glick Joe exiting Parabolica. He's now going to start his final runs here at Monza in 6th place position at the moment. 7th is PN Motorsport. 8th is Fury CBK. Is he on another lap? We don't know. Probably not, because he needs to save and harvest the engine. Max, if you're currently in the chat, I have seen your message. We will respond to you once this is over, because it's easier for us to do it that way, as Glick Joe has dropped the rear in turn 1, so he won't be improving on this lap. Fury exits Parabolica. Is this going to be improvement, or is he in the pits? He's coming in for a set of softs. Rabbit Joe in 9th place at this minute, as that Buzzy Boy exits the pits for Alpine, and he's going out for his last runs. DJ Phil currently in 11th place at the minute. Craig E currently in 12th, and Go 10 Duffin starting at the back, and I think he's opting to choose not to qualify for this, which is probably not a bad idea, as he stays out of trouble, as my controllers get die. So I'm just going to quickly change controllers a minute, guys. Apologies for that, guys. We are back, we are live. Mummy D in the chat, good evening, guys. And can we have an exciting race, just as the Miami Grand Prix is going to give us later this evening? That is the question. Can I have a chat? Guys, what does everybody think of the Miami circuit? Are they liking it? Are they not? That's the question. I thoroughly seem to like the circuit. It seems to be a great challenge for the drivers, but we will miss the classic circuits like Monza, Spa, and all those ones, as Glick Joe going to the first sector. But we are watching this man, that Buzzy Boy, who's currently on his out lap. The man we want to look at is Gary 131. He doesn't improve his lap time, he stays P3, but that Big Boy Brazier does improve his lap time, and he's now fastest of the session. Question is Matt and Green Pies leaving it to the very last minute? As I see another car leaving the pits, I'm not sure who that is. I think that might be... Who is that leaving the pits? Is that Buzzy Boy? No. Either way, Big Boy Brazier coming into the final corner, into Parabolica we go. We've only got a minute and a half left of the session. And I don't think, well, Matt and Green Pies aren't going to get out. Well, Green Pies has managed to get out. But Matt can't do any better than that. Big Boy Brazier does improve, and he does a 120.9. Ferrari are looking strong here at their home race. PN Motorsport. Glick Joe has gone out of the session. Where is Fury? Because he'll see the accident. And there he is. He's hit the inside wall at the end of a Scari. So that's a shame for him. As we say, good evening to Fury's granddad, Tony. Nice to see you in the chat. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. I am going to try and attempt to get my laptop to behave. Unlikely, but we will try. Fury CBK comes towards line and he'll start his final attempt here. As we've got a yellow flag in the final sector. Why is that? We've got a slow Aston Martin. Gary 131 starts his final lap. He's saved the engine, he's saved it all up, and he's going for a final attack. So I've been having internet issues, guys, but obviously the little screen that popped up, that was just my controller dying. As a few guys are now out of this session, that Buzzy Boy also out. So it's a real opportunity for the likes of Rabbit Joe, DJ Phil, and all those. And Rabbit Joe's actually opted to pit. He's done for this session, even though he could have set a lap time. Oh, he just would have crossed the line, and he's bailed out on that. So DJ Phil won't be able to complete a lap time. So it's down to Fury, Gary, that Craig E, who's the first to come towards the line. It is Big Boy Brazier, and I think he is done for the session. And we've had some exciting racing the last couple of weeks for this week. The touring cars putting on a great action at Brands Hatch Indy. And then obviously had the Sakito race at GT3s. There's a slow moving Fury. He's obviously bailed and lost his front wing. Gary 131 next to come towards the line. Actually, no, Craig E, I believe. No, Craig E's bailed. So it's down to Gary 131 and Green Pies. Who's going to come out on top? DJ Phil not able to complete his lap time. Gary 131 towards the line. The two-time pro champ can't improve and will stay P3. All eyes is set on Green Pies in the Alfa Romeo as he heads towards Parabolica. Can he improve on his lap time? That is the question. Big Boy Brazier looking to take his first pole position here at Monza for Ferrari. Towards the line he comes. Green Pies, can he improve? He does. He takes pole position by just a tenth. Not even a tenth, half a... I think that's 0.05 of a second. So Green Pies is on pole position here, guys. He is taking the pole position. My stream is working, so that is always good to hear and see. Always ready for turn 1 Monza, says Disco. Yep, turn 1 at Monza is going to be messy for sure. I will try and keep up to date with what's going on in the chat, but it's Green Pies who is on pole position here, guys. Can he take the race win this evening? That is the question. Guys, get your prediction in on who you think is going to take the win. Disco got it wrong, thinking it was going to be Big Boy Brazier. Sadly not. It is Green Pies who is taking another pole position. And just as these guys just finished readying up, hopefully they shouldn't take so long doing this, but they do. And we should be able to get underway here very shortly. And again, guys, get your predictions on who you think is going to take the win. I'm not sure I'd want to be on pole here, says Disco. Pole position could be a massive disadvantage, because obviously you're going to give the toe towards turn 1. As these guys are now getting all synced up and are ready to go. Phil in the chat. I'm on my steering wheel, says Phil. So he's now on the G29 this evening. Most people's choice of wheel. So let's see what Phil can do on the wheel. We're about to get underway here for the 12th round of the season. Once the champion race is done, there's only 4 races left. Phil for the win, says Disco. Now he's known that he is on the wheel. Right, so we are underway here. The revs rise and they're going to get underway to the start their formation lap. And it's going to be a Green Pies on a pole position here this evening. Can he get closer to a Matt in the championship? This is what we're questioning. Matt obviously starting in third with the likes of Big Boy Brazier and Gel Ram. All these guys coming in on races, really holding his championship fight up. But it is Green Pies who is on pole position tonight, with Big Boy Brazier starting in second place on the front row with him. Can Ferrari take a win? Matimovic will start third, with Gary 131 right behind him in fourth place as his rear gunner. A. Smith with a good qualifying session in fifth place position. There is your pit strategy. It's a two-stop. It's probably your best bet with the medium tyre. Glick Joe will start in sixth place position with PN Motorsport, the other Ferrari, in seventh. Fury CBK will start in 8th. That Bozzy Boy in 9th. He has been disqualified, but he will be able to race. And DJ Phil in 10th. Greg has also been disqualified again. He can race. He'll start in 11th. Go 10 Duffin in 12th. Rabbit Joe in 13th position. As turn 1 is going to be interesting. Ready to send it, guys. As it is now 7:30 here in the UK. We are about to get underway for the first race of the night of F1, and it's going to be us here at Simplay Motorsport. Green Pies on pole position. Forza Jamie says Disco, Forza Ferrari, as we are here. The Tifosi shouting and cheering for both Big Boy Brazier and PN Motorsport. Both of these boys have to try and keep their nose clean, as the Astons seem to go really slow. Big Boy Brazier also slowing right down. Sadly, no Bryn either, who's leading the Pro-Am Championship. He's not feeling too well and is under the weather, so he's not able to race this evening for Mercedes as we're about to get underway. Parabolica, here we go, as most of the cars are already there due to being disqualified, but like I said, they will be able to race. Green Pies on pole position with the Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier running alongside. Guys, if you haven't done so, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, so you don't miss any of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. F1, touring cars and GT3s, that's what we're about here, as they all start to line up. Jamie getting into position. As the revs rise here, we go on board with Green Pies. The lights come on, 5 lights. And it's green here at Monza, and it seems like the front two got a decent start. Matt with a wheel spin at the start. That's going to allow Gary to have a run, but Green Pies has pulled away. He's had a great start as Fury's looking to the inside. He's already done A. Smith. Is he going to try and do Gary? No, he doesn't. He stays sensible. PN going a little bit wide. He's having to straight line the chicane, and he drops all the way back. Has got a yellow flag in sector 1. Who is that? That's PN, obviously trying to get himself back and underway. But it is Green Pies who's managed to get going off the line, and he leads into the second chicane. Big Boy Brazy in second, Matt in third. Fury has managed to jump Gary as Matt goes a little bit deep in the chicane. That's going to give Fury a run down the inside as he goes to Alesmo 1. He's not able to get it done there, so Matt stays in front. Fury looking all over the back of that Aston Martin. Can he find a way through? That is the question, as they now come towards Ascari. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Why is that? We've got a Red Bull going slow. There's Fury's mum in the chat saying evening all. Fury unable to get that job done, and he has to, oh, Fury has a big moment out on the X-Gate of Ascari and managed to keep it together. That's going to put him under pressure from Gary 131 and also A. Smith. A. Smith with a fairly decent start. Glick Joe in 7th as well, but that Bozzy Boy and Craigie, those two are making positions up from Rabbit Joe and PN Motorsport, as Green Pie sets the fastest lap of this race. Everybody on the soft tyre here is Hunter Daniel saying, Team Fury, let's go. Disco in the chat, evening Fury's mum, as Fury is the man on the move at the minute. He's just cleared Gary, but he's now trying to catch on the back of Matimovic. Big Boy Brazier not too far behind Green Pies at the minute. And so far, Green Pies with a commanding lead. As Hunter Daniel says in the chat, phew, that was a very close one. He did get very close of dropping it there as Green Pies goes into Lesmo 1. Let's have a look at what's going on. Gary seems to have a run on Fury here as they go through Lesmo 1. Gary unable to find a way through into the second set. We have a big moment further back. We have Goten Duffin, who's gone round in the chicane, but he's managed to get himself going. He just needs to keep his nose clean. As we see there, Glick Joe goes wide as well. That's going to give that Buzzy Boy a chance to run down the inside. But as we were missing that, Gary 131 has moved up a place into 4th place position and gets back in front of Fury CBK. Got a yellow flag in the final sector. I believe that is Goten Duffin just trying to get himself on going again. Rabbit Joe and Glick Joe. Both Joes at it here, and it's which Joe's going to come out on top. Rabbit Joe's is going to look to the outside in the Haas. He can't seem to do it there, so he goes for the switch, the undercut, and he gets the job done on the Alfa Romeo. Glick Joe losing more positions as he comes into the pits, probably damage to the front wing. PN Motorsport slowly working his way back up the pack as he's now trying to chase onto the back of the Williams of Craigie. Oh, as we see here, Fury goes past Gary 131. He's made a mistake in the first chicane. That's going to allow A. Smith through, and as that Buzzy Boy goes through as well. So Gary losing places left, right, and centre there. But we go back to the front. Green Pies with a relatively clean and good start. He is underway here, but he's got that Buzzy. He's got Big Boy Brazier not too far behind in the Ferrari. Can Jamie keep his cool and get Ferrari's first win here at Simplay Motorsport at Monza? As we've got a yellow flag in sector 2, and I think that is PN Motorsport. He's had a moment for this second sector as we do have a 3-second penalty for Glick Joe, I believe for track limits. Gary's on the run here. Yet Goten Duffin also has a penalty, corner cutting. He's now on the back of that Buzzy Boy, but A. Smith has got a run on Fury CBK. He's going to go down the inside as they go towards Parabolica, and A. Smith down the inside. The little Smith has managed to get past Fury CBK. The McLaren dropping the pace here. Gary did get past him, and Gary made a mistake. Now it's A. Smith's turn, but Fury with the slipstream will have a run down into turn 1. He gets the job done on the inside, but obviously the first chicane, can A. Smith fight back? DRS has aided Fury there, and A. Smith will have to put up with that 5th place position for now. Monza offers many opportunities to try and overtake, especially with the DRS. So A. Smith just dropping down a bit. Gary 131 has done that Buzzy Boy, who's currently in 7th place at the minute. Rabbit Joe in 8th, Craig E 9th, and the PN Motorsport in the pits with a new front wing. As Glick Joe comes down the main straight, he is now going to overtake PN Motorsport as PN Motorsport comes to the exit of the pits. Green Pies at the minute 2.2 seconds ahead of Big Boy Brazier with a comfortable and demanding lead so far. And so far it's nice not to see any safety car or virtual safety cars yet. I've probably cursed myself, but so far so good. Matemovic currently in 3rd place position. He's got his championship rival just ahead of him, but at the minute he's doing all right. As I say that, Craig E has dropped it in Lesmo 2, and I say that, and we have a full-blown safety car here. What are these guys going to do? It's got a lot of chat going on, and I see everybody chatting in the chat. Where is Craig E as we come through a Lesmo 1 and then into a Lesmo 2? Where is the car? The car has suddenly disappeared just as we get going, as Fury's opted to pit. So is he opting to go on the medium tyre, or is he going on to the soft? He's choosing medium tyres here. So Fury going on an alternate strategy here. So Green Pies now leads this race still, but he's got Big Boy Brazier right behind him. Can Big Boy get a better start? There's our first safety car of the evening. It is Green Pies still leading this race after 5 laps done. Big Boy Brazier in 2nd. 3rd is Matemovic. 4th is A. Smith with a very good start to this race. Gary 131 in 5th, losing a couple of places with that Buzzy Boy currently in 6th. 7th is Rabbit Joe. 8th is Fury CBK. Now opting to go for a medium tyre and going for the alternate strategy Can he outsmart a few people and go along? Piano Motorsport currently in 9th place position. This will help him out, get to the back of the pack once again. Goten Duffin just struggling a little bit there with his car as he now gets going again. As DJ Phil will have to stay behind the Mercedes. Nice to see the Mercedes and Red Bull at the back of the pack here. But Galick Joe in 12th. Again, this will help him out with the safety car and everyone bunching up. As Fury's going to say, well done, Dan. Yep, already I've cursed. That's why I'm not making any predictions tonight. Fury's going there, because if I do, people will just drop it and make mistakes. So, Green Pies leads the way. What can Fury do now he's on the medium tyre? Is there anything he can do with that? Can he go longer than the rest, or is he just going to have no pace and get completely mugged in a straight line? It will be interesting to see how he does on that alternate tyre. As we are still under safety car conditions, I believe the safety car might come in this lap, but we shall see. For this week we have the Mercedes AMG out on track this evening. That's our safety car for the evening. Obviously it alternates and changes between each round. Normally we have the Aston Martin, or we would have the Mercedes. This week we have the Mercedes. So guys, like I said, if you are new to the channel, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. Green Pies has a little bit of lag there, but I think he does seem to suffer with some internet issues. He has dropped out a few times, and the AI has to have taken over. We're just waiting on DJ Phil and Galick Joe. They're just a little bit slow out of Lesmo 2. Well, hopefully we should be able to get the safety car in this lap and we can get back under racing once again. As we do have the safety car coming in this lap, so Green Pies will now control the pace. What can Big Boy Brazier do? There is always, I see there, Gary131 has crashed into the back of A. Smith. He has no front wing, so he is going to come straight into the pits. When does Green Pies go? Green Pies caught out last week at Zandvoort. He crossed the start-finish line before safety car was able to go. As these guys are all lining up, Big Boy Brazier ready to go. Green Pies does not want to give any advantage down this long straight, and he's gone. Green Pies has decided to go. Matt is right on the back of Big Boy Brazier, and Big Boy Brazier has to defend from Matt Ivovich. They cross the start-finish line, and we are racing once again. Yellow flag in the final sector. DJ Phil and Gary131 has to pit. PM Motorsport as Big Boy Brazier choosing to bail out on that, and Matt goes deep into turn one. Also, Goten Duffin goes very deep, and he just waits for the rest of the guys to come through as Galick Joe has now got down the inside. Can he get the job done? He does so. PM Motorsport putting Rabbit Joe under pressure. We've got a yellow flag in sector one. That should be clear now. Fury currently up into 6th place. He's got that Buzzy Boy ahead of him, but Jamie, Jamie, a little bit laggy there. He misses the chicane. He's going to be under immense pressure from A. Smith and that Buzzy Boy. And Big Boy Brazier, very laggy. That's going to give that Buzzy Boy the opportunity to go down the inside and get past A. Smith. A. Smith, who had a great start out in this race. The safety car has ruined his restart, and he's dropping down positions. He's currently in 5th place. He is now under pressure from Fury. Fury right behind as they come into Ascari. Fury going around the outside of entry of Ascari. Not going to get the job done there. A. Smith controls the position. So after the restart, Green Pies leaving it to the very last minute to go. He is now leading this race still, but Matimovic, his championship rival, is behind him in 2nd place position, with Big Boy Brazier currently in 3rd. That Buzzy Boy has now moved up into 4th place position after that first lap of restart. A. Smith is dropped down to 5th, but Fury CBK is right on the back of these two. A. Smith with a great slipstream there. He goes down the inside of that body boy. Is he going to get the job done? He's very late on the brakes. Does he hook it up? He does, and he gets back in front of the Alpine, but that body boy should be able to get better traction on exit. He does. He's going around the outside. I've got a beautiful view of this as A. Smith is on the inside. That body boy will have the inside for the chicane. As they break for the chicane, A. Smith's going to hang out from the rear, but that body boy bounces the curb and into the wall he goes. Has he got major damage? He's just got front wing damage. He's about to get going again. Glick Joe sees him, and that body boy drops down the order. As we've got a yellow flag in that sector, in sector 1 actually. What is that about? That's DJ Phil. He's had a moment on his own there. So Green Pie is now extending his gap to near enough 2 seconds. Big Boy Brazier is coming back at Matt Imovic. Matt just seems to be struggling a little bit here. Fury CBK trying to hunt down A. Smith. Beth in the chat saying Matt told me to say Jamie is lagging really bad. We know he is. We can see it on the stream. And there he is. He's lagging quite badly. As DRS is now available. Matt is now coming under pressure from Big Boy Brazier, who's looking down the inside. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That is DJ Phil. And Matimovic just hangs on to that position. Yellow flag sector 2 again. That's still DJ Phil. And Big Boy Brazier unable to do anything about Matt there. As we drop back to Fury, he's now trying to get past A. Smith still, with Rabbit Joe under pressure from PN Motorsport still. And that body boy into the pits after damaging his front wing. Disco looks like he could have a bit of rain in Miami. At least the guys don't have any. No, these guys don't have any rain, Mummy D. These guys have got clear sunshine here in Italy, Monza. But it does look like there's rain predicted for the Miami Grand Prix. That could throw up some interest here. But rain is not forecast here, as PN Motorsport with the DRS is a little bit closer to Rabbit Joe, but is unable to do anything about that. We go back to Fury, who seems to have a better run through Ascari on A. Smith. A. Smith currently in 4th place position on those soft tyres. Fury can go longer into Parabolica we go, but Big Boy Brazier right in the slipstream of Matimovic, and look at that lag that Big Boy Brazier is suffering with. Towards turn 1 they go, as the Red Bull of that DJ Phil comes out, and Big Boy Brazier down the inside of turn 1. Is he going to get the job done? No, he's going to have to stay behind Matimovic, but he gets a great exit. Has he got enough battery power to fight him back? Probably not, as Matt stays to the inside. He's very cautious of that Ferrari, as it's very glitchy by the looks of things. Big Boy Brazier looks to the inside of turn 2. Chicane 2, sorry. And he can't find a way past. A little wiggle on exit. Fury, meanwhile, has made the move on A. Smith, probably in the DRS zone. So has PN Motorsport. He's now past Rabbit Joe. Can PN catch on to the back of A. Smith? His tyres are a lot younger than A. Smith at this stage. But while Matt is too busy fighting with Big Boy Brazier, this is giving Green Pies the opportunity to pull away in the lead of this race. 18 people currently watching. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't done so, and subscribe to the channel, as Rabbit Joe is not letting PN Motorsport get away. He's still within the slipstream and had the DRS as well. PN, too much curb on Ascari. All these guys just struggling with Ascari a little bit. Front end not wanting to stick to it. Go on Little Smith, 4th, and then drops to 5th. So he can come back. He's not too far off the back of Fury. As they go through Parabolica, A. Smith is within the DRS range as he comes towards the start-finish line. There's the DRS line. Boom, there goes the wing. Is Fury about to become under pressure from the AlphaTauri? Is A. Smith going to send it down the inside? Is he going to do a Sutty send it? No, he thinks better of it. He's going to wait a little bit longer, as DJ Phil is now in the way. He will be given the blue flags to move out of the way, and has done so. Doesn't need to really go on the grass, but he does get out of the way. And that's one less car for those two to worry about. A. Smith trying to hunt him down. PN Motorsport with a little bit of pressure here from Rabbit Joe as they exit turn 3. Oh, PN going a little bit wide. Rabbit Joe is going to like that. He's going to get a little bit closer. But while we're too busy looking at that, Big Boy Brazier is back up into second place position with Matt in third. So that's another place between the two. A. Smith around the outside of Fury. There's a go underneath the tunnel. And A. Smith gets himself back up into fourth place position. But Fury will just come back at him down the main straight with the DRS if he's able to stick to the back of him. Fury really struggling with Ascari there. Smith, you're here. Disco, Bean working. Hope you're all well. Evening, bud. All good here, says Discos. We've got another yellow flag. That is Rabbit Joe, who's out of the race. Goten Duffin has gone off as well. So safety car is out. Is Big Boy Brazier chose to pit? No. Matt Juice pit? No. Nor does A. Smith. Fury on those medium tyres. But PN Motorsport choosing to pit. This is an opportunity for him to gain positions here, as they will catch onto the back of the safety car train. Glick Joe stays out. So PM Motorsport, what does he go on to? He's gone on to a fresh set of softs, so he's now back out on track. Gary 131, this will help him get back into this fight a little bit. The safety car is kind of what he needed, as PN will exit the pits and Gary will move up another place. So into the chicane PM Motorsport goes. He's the only one to choose to pit under the safety car. And Green Pies still leads this race, lap 12. These laps are slowly coming down. Another safety car though, so that's Rabbit Joe out of this race. He was doing very well, finishing most of his races. But sadly, the consistency has gone and he is out of this race. So as you see here, Big Boy Brazier and Matt. As Matt is actually choosing to pit at this stage. He's choosing to pit under the safety car. Fury goes through. A. Smith is choosing to pit as well. So all these guys choosing to pit. Matt into the pits. Is he going to get held up by A. Smith? No, he doesn't. He just beats him out. That would have been bad if he hadn't of. So who else in the pits? Gary 131, exit Parabolica. As is PN, he's already pitted. Goten Duffin is coming down the main straight. I don't think he's got a front wing. No, he hasn't. I'm not sure why he's not pitted though. As PM Goten Duffin with front wing damage. Can that Bozzy Boy catch onto the back as well? This will really help him out. Get back into this fight. So DJ Phil is also in the middle of this scrap. He's currently behind Fury, whose medium strategy seems to have worked out a little bit. Glick Joe obviously in fourth place as well. That's helped him. Matt now moving on to the medium tyre. A. Smith going to soft. And Gary still on the soft tyres as well. Who's actually done a pit stop? So it's Fury CBK has done a pit. So is Glick Joe. He's done 2. Matt's done 1. A. Smith done 1. Gary's done 1. PN Motorsport done 2. Goten Duffin's done 1. That Buzzy Boy has done 1. And DJ Phil has done 3. Well, the top 2 is still yet to pit. They are rounding their ways around the track. If that Big Boy Brazier or Green Pies choose to pit now, this would be a mad decision because they will lose a lot of places. As they are opting to stick with their strategies. Green Pies doing a lot of weaving there. Fury at the minute on the medium tyre, the first of the pitters. So he's stick to his strategy. So Fury, probably the best bet in the medium tyres. He can probably try and catch these two out, as they've still yet to pit yet. So what can Fury do with his medium tyres? Green Pie still leading this race, lap 14 under the safety car conditions. It is Green Pies in the lead of this race. Currently second is Big Boy Brazier. Both of these two still yet to do their pit stops. Fury currently in third place onto the medium tyre, the first of the medium tyre runners. And in fourth place is Glick Joe. Fifth place is Matimovic. He's currently been in the pits. He's got a fresh set of mediums on the car, with A. Smith in 6th, Gary 131 in 7th, PN Motorsport moving up to 8th, 9th is Go 10 Duffin, that Buzzy Boy in 10th, and DJ Phil in 11th place in the pack at the minute, currently on his new wheel tonight. The only lap runner here. Craig E was hoping for a steady race to just get to the finish under my belt tonight, and caught the tiniest bit of grass and laughed into the barrier. Unlucky Craig. We'll see you on Tuesday night though as you hit the touring car track, as Green Pies will now control the pace once again on the restart. Is Fury prepped and ready to attack these two on the medium tyre? He has got a little bit of defence with DJ Phil behind him. DJ Phil will have to get out of the way as soon as possible though. So as they come towards Parabolica, when does Green Pies opt to go? Big Boy ready to pounce as he comes down the inside. I really think that's a bad choice. Personally, you get a better run as Green Pies has gone, and Fury can't go because he has to wait to the start finish line, and he's right on the back of Big Boy Brazier. He couldn't be any further up the back of Jamie if he possibly could. Jamie defends the inside. Fury with the medium tyre is going to go around the outside. Is he going to get the job done, as Matt is already doing? Glick Joe on the restart, and down the inside he's cleared him. He's now the second lead medium driver. A Fury now going around the outside of Big Boy Brazier, and he gets the job done. So Fury now up into second place position onto the medium tyre. Great strategy so far from him, as Green Pies is still in first place as Big Boy Brazier goes down the inside and pushes Fury out the way. So Fury drops back to third, but Matt is now on the inside of him. So Fury, after making a position, has lost 2. And Fury back down the inside of Matt. He gets a wiggle, but Matt stays ahead. The Aston Martin driver moves back up a place. He is now on the medium tyre. Big Boy Brazier and Green Pies will have to try and extend their gap as quickly as possible, as all the medium riders are really pushing each other, as Fury's right on the back of Matimovic there. Fury just has to be patient in these F1 cars. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? That's Go 10 Duffin. He's dropped it all on his own. PN is the biggest loser so far. He is currently down in 9th place. Go 10, you just need to keep going, buddy, as he's got front wing damage, so he needs to come into the pits really to repair that. As DJ Phil has now dropped himself to the back of the pack. We go back to the front. Big Boy Brazier still ahead of Matimovic. Fury's lost a bit of time there, but this is the fight. A. Smith on the back of Glick Joe, who's on the medium tyre. A. Smith on the soft. He's going to go down the inside. No, he thinks better of it. Wasn't confident enough on the brakes to get the job done. Gary 131 is in the pits. He's got a new front wing, as we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Fury's gone round. He's made a mistake. So Fury now dropping down. That Buzzy Boy also having to take to the grass. He's lost a position. As Go 10 Duffin's still out with no front wing. He really does need to pit and change that front wing, as Green Pies is still leading this race. He goes very wide on the curb there. Big Boy Brazier is trying to hunt him down. Both of these two on old softs. Well, Matt is on a fresh set of mediums. Can he hunt him down? Glick Joe has dropped it. Glick Joe is into the wall. Looks like he's had contact with A. Smith. A. Smith managed to get away with that one. He's currently still in 4th place position, but is that going to be another safety car or a virtual safety car? But A. Smith managed to get away with that one, but so far no safety car is required, as the marshals reckon they can get that car done out of the way, and they have done so. Big Boy Brazier lost a little bit of time there. Matt is on the medium tyre. He will have fresher tyres and is looking to hunt down the top 2. He's within the DRS range. Look at Matt. He's coming slowly. He hasn't got DRS this lap, but he will do next time round if he can stick with the top 3. Yellow flag still. Go 10 Duffin. If you are listening, Floyd, if you're listening, mate, get it in the pits. You have no front wing. That's why you're going so slow. Glick Joe has left the session. Bad luck for him. So that is DJ Phil and Go 10 Duffin up a few places now. So they will all score points here, the last few runners, if DJ Phil manages to unlap himself from Glick Joe, which is in the last of the Lesmos. So Matt closer than ever to Big Boy Brazier. Probably laughing faster than the two in front. Got another yellow flag. That is Goten Duffin in Sector 1. Not sure what Floyd's doing here. He's had another moment and he's dropped down further from the back of the pack. Matt now is closer to Big Boy Brazier. He will have the DRS zone as he goes into Parabolica. And is Big Boy Brazier gonna opt to pit? Yes, he does. Into the pits he goes as Green Pies extends his lead as Matimovic now looks to try and catch him. 3.2 seconds is the gap between the top two. Matt with the DRS, so he will gain a little bit of time. A. Smith now moving up to third place position. Big Boy Brazier back onto the soft tyres. He's coming back out, but PN Motorsport looking to try and make a move on Fury, or Fury's made a move on PN. Sorry, PN looking to make a move on Fury. Fury hanging on to that position. A. Smith now up into that third place position. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3 once again. That is Goten Duffin. He should be in the pits, really. As that Buzzy Boy has pitted. He's changed the front wing by the looks of things as Gary slowly making his way up. So after all that, Big Boy Brazier currently sixth place at this minute. And now on a fresh set of softs. Green Pies taking a lot of track limits there. Matt a lot better through the Ascari chicane there. So Green Pies, when does he opt to pit? Let's go Tinduffin once again, gets another penalty. Green Pies opting to stay out. He sets his fastest lap of the race at this precise stage. As Matt Duffin crosses the line as well. He doesn't improve as Goten Duffin is out of the race, and that is a full-blown safety car. And once again, Big Boy Brazier caught out by the safety car. Will this give Green Pies that extra opportunity to get into the pit and change his tyres? Green Pies has to come into the pits for a fresh set of tyres, surely. Or is he going to hang out a little bit longer? So down to 8 runners here. DJ Phil also out. I didn't even notice DJ Phil was out of this race. So we're down to 8 runners here. And it is still Green Pies who leads this race. Matimovic currently in second on those medium tyres. A. Smith in third. Fourth is PN Motorsport. Fifth is Big Boy Brazier. Sixth is Fury CDK. Seventh is Gary 131. And that Buzzy Boy rounding off the grid so far, as the rest have not been able to finish this race. And Green Pies still opting to stay out. Green Pies is sticking with his guns and staying with this strategy. So Matt, once again, the leading medium tyre runner. Is this a correct strategy, or just hit the Lesmos corner hard and crashed out, says DJ Phil. And Goten Duffin also out of this rate. Matt in the chat, A. Smith into third place. What a driver. So we've got a little bit of support for A. Smith as well. He's currently in third place. Now the thing is, A. Smith is on those newer softs. PN now up into fourth, and the other Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier will be catching on to the back. Fury down in sixth. He's pitted for a set of softs. And Gary, obviously, with damage earlier on, he's pitted for softs. And once again, that Buzzy boy back into the pits with a new front wing. He's opting to go onto the hard tyre. Now, if he keeps his nose clean, that should be able to get him to the end of this race. As we are coming towards the halfway stage of this race. Hopefully that will be our last safety car of the day. 19 people currently watching the stream, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified. Head over to our Facebook page as well, and our Discord if you want to be a part of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. There are plenty of spaces available here in the F1 Championship. As you see, 13 drivers here tonight. You could be a support driver here this evening, as that Buzzy boy, Glick Joe and Craigie all started out in the midpoint of the season. This is that Buzzy boy's first debut here in the F1. So you could be on track. So have a look at our Facebook page and our Discord page. I have dropped the Discord code in the chat. Just scroll up and you should be able to find it. Fury just touching the grass there. He just dropped it a little bit. So have a look at the Discord if you want to be a part of the action. Make sure you tune in on Tuesday night as well, as the British Touring Car Championship will return on Project Cars 2. Fury CBK leading the championship in his Monster Energy Renault Megane. Can he extend his championship lead? As he's got myself, Cobb and WSR CJ, all four of us will be running 100 litres worth of fuel for race 1 as part of Ballast. How is that going to turn out at Donington Park National? And make sure you tune in on a Wednesday night as well, as me and Matt Timovic will be back in your commentary box, as we'll be commentating on the Pro-Am Championship as we head to a new circuit here at Simplay Motorsport. Never raced it. We will be heading to Road America for the first time for the GT3s in the Pro-Am. And then on the Thursday night, the pros return back on track as well, as Overtaker has the championship lead at the minute, and looking good so far. And then back once again with the F1 as we head to Spa. Nope, we've done Spa already, haven't we? We've done Spa, we've done Zolder. Zandvoort, sorry. I've got to remember what's next. I've already forgotten the calendar. There's been so many great iconic tracks. I believe it's Mexico. I will double check that. Someone in the chat will probably know. But I believe it's Mexico next. Because we are going to do one more lap under the safety car. I believe that's to allow that Buzzy boy to get onto the back. As we will now start lap 22. 53 to go. We're cutting it fine here for the start of the F1 race as well. So I will scroll down. F1 calendar. That's what we want, guys. That's what we want to know. And the F1 calendar, after we've been to Monza, it would have been Russia, but obviously due to the war that's going on between Ukraine and Russia, we've opted not to run the Russian Grand Prix. So instead we will be going to Green Pies and Gary 131's favourite round. We'll be going to the Circuit of the Americas. The US Grand Prix will be next on the calendar. An all-American race next week. Road America and COTA are next on the calendar. COTA will make an appearance also in the GT3s later on this season. So next week's schedule looks like this. Tuesday night 8 PM the British Touring Cars will head to Donington National. Then it'll be Road America 8 PM once again Wednesday and Thursday for the GT3 Pro Am and Pro Championship, and then F1 return once again on a Sunday night 7 o'clock as we head to the Americas, Circuit of the Americas, and see who will come out on top. Can Gary 131 do an old-fashioned style, send it to turn 1 and cause absolute carnage? Will Green Pies get nightmares once again there on another league? Let's just say Gary forgot how to use the brake pedal. Best way to explain that. But we do have the safety car coming into the pits this lap. Green Pies once again will control the pace. He will determine when he wants to go. He's not allowed to stop, start and change his pace. He's got to keep a nice smooth pace. Matinovic down the inside. He's looking to try and catch Green Pies out. Green Pies has gone. A. Smith with the fresher soft tyres will be on it as well, as Green Pies restarts this race, and it's not the best start for Green Pies that he's had previously. Big Boy Brazier was giving him much of a headache, much easier for him, but as we see the rest of the order, as Fury's just not started well at all there. And that Buzzy Boy looking down the inside of Gary 131. Gary missing his braking zone, but he does manage to make turn one, bouncing over the curb as A. Smith now is under pressure from Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy Brazier looking to the outside of A. Smith. A. Smith is unable to keep that position as Big Boy Brazier is looking to the inside. A. Smith late on the brakes and he gets the job done. He hangs in there, but he's going to bounce over the curb. Jamie with the better exit gets back through. Fury in the background on fresh softs. Can't get past PN Motorsport. He's stuck behind the Ferrari. All sorts of chaos, but Fury's back down the inside of Lesmo 2 and he gets the job done. Can he keep it under control? Yes, he does. So now Big Boy Brazier's hunt is now after Matimovic. Fury not the best exit. That's going to give PN Motorsport the the slipstream. DRS not enabled just yet. 2 more laps and it will be, but Green Pies has extended his race lead and he's gone pretty much halfway of this race on the soft tyres, so good stint for him so far. Big Boy Brazier now onto the back of Matimovic. Here's Green Pies trying to one-stop this as Big Boy Brazier goes down the inside. Superior grip with the soft tyres and away he goes. But Matt's still with him. Matt with the more superior straight line speed there from the Aston Martin, and the Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier has to cut back into the slipstream. Further back, Fury is onto the back of A. Smith. Matt in the chat going to start an A. Smith fan club t-shirts to come. Who wants in? Oh, I have one, Matt. I can make him one. The AlphaTauri merch with A. Smith on it sounds fantastic to me, but he's under a little bit of pressure here, as is Big Boy Brazier. He's putting pressure on Matimovic, and Matimovic losing out there too. Big Boy Brazier. Jamie on a mission here with those fresh softs. A. Smith looks like he's gone wide. That's given Fury the position. Fury now up position. All these guys on the fresh softs are just mugging the medium runners of Gary 131, that Buzzy Boy, and Matimovic. All these guys struggling on the alternate tyre. But that Big Boy Brazier, fresh softs compared to Green Pies' old softs. Can he catch him? And if we don't have any safety cars between now and the end of the race, and Big Boy Brazier can get to the end on those tyres, he will have to change for the medium tyre. Matt can go to the end, so can Fury, because they've all followed the rules of being on the alternate tyre. But Big Boy Brazier and Green Pies haven't yet. Green Pies is not gaining any time. DRS is now available. If anything, Jamie is bringing that gap down. Matt is soon going to be under pressure from Fury. A. Smith sticking with him. He's got 11 lap old softs, but a lot of them was under the safety car, so they're not going to be too bad. As Jamie really laggy there. He makes a mistake and he's lost a lot of time to Green Pie, so with that lag he's unable to get past. That's allowed Fury to get right onto the back of Matimovic, and Matt is in a really difficult position here. He's got a laggy Ferrari in front of him and he's got a very quick McLaren right behind him. Fury's got to be sensible here. He knows he has more speed, he knows he has more pace, as he's going to try and Lesmo 2. He thinks better of it. He's better off using the DRS zone. DRS open. Matt has the DRS also from being close enough to a Big Boy Brazier. Fury looking all sorts of places. He goes to the outside of Ascari. Matt stays in front. Fury breaks into the back of Matt and goes onto the grass. He loses out and A. Smith goes back in front of him. So Fury losing out there. Matimovic really seems to be struggling on these medium tyres. We've got a yellow flag. That's that Buzzy Boy. He's now out of this race. Safety car deployed. That's Green Pies into the pits and on a set of fresh tyres. That has saved Green Pies. That's another safety car at the halfway stage of this race. Wow, that's the 4th safety car tonight. That Buzzy Boy will not be able to finish this race. What a shame. He was looking good. So, Green Pie is now dropping back. Fury with front wing damage. He's obviously had to pit as well. So he's put a set of fresh softs back on. Green Pie is putting the medium tyres on. So, as the current standings look, Big Boy Brazier leads this race with Matimovic in second. Third is A. Smith. Fourth is PN Motorsport. Fifth is Gary 131. Sixth is Green Pies. And Fury currently in 7th place position, who's going quite slow, possibly to match the Delta. Phil in the chat, I think when F1 2022 come out, I think we should do a season on the new F1 2022 game when it comes out. I hear what you're saying, Phil, but obviously it's going to be quite expensive when the game comes out, and not all of us are able to afford it. So we will see who is able to buy the game. That's PM Motorsport choosing to pit under the safety car. That's one less car for Green Pies to worry about. And out goes the Ferrari of PN Motorsport. Back on track he goes. So PM back on track. He's currently in 6th place. Fury not able to jump him. So, what does Big Boy do in this situation? He does have to come in and put the medium tyres on, or at least some form of tyre, whether it's medium or hard. So, hopefully, I say this again one more time, hopefully we won't have a safety car. We're still waiting for PN and Fury just to catch the back of the pack. Will the safety car come in this lap? No, I think it's going to do one more lap. So, Big Boy Brazier going into Parabolica. He is the lead car, the lead Ferrari. Are Ferrari going to get their first win here? A safety car is coming into this lap. That was a very late call from the FIA. So, Big Boy Brazier will now control the pace, as that Buzzy Boy is out of this race, and Big Boy Brazier is deciding it. Whoa, that's going to be interesting. Big Boy Brazier goes and then lifts off again. So who's that? That's Green Pies. He's going very slow. So he looks like he's been caught up by the start there, as PN Motorsport and Fury are going at it, as A. Smith is looking to the inside of Matimovic. And once again, Big Boy Brazier's lag really affecting the judgment of Matt's car. And Matt leads this pack away. Well, Big Boy Brazier disappears into the distance. Green Pies has got to try and pass Gary 131, A. Smith and Matimovic to try and catch Big Boy Brazier. But Gary defending the second chicane. No way, as A. Smith goes a bit wide. Is Gary going to look down into Lesmo 1? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. Green Pies also waited patiently. With Fury right behind. PN just needs to get to the end. He's going to score big points here if he managed to do so. Matt just starting to extend his gap between A. Smith. A. Smith has got a line of cars right behind him with Gary, Green Pies and Fury. Gary and Green Pies coming at him. Gary down the inside. Is he going to get the job done? No, A. Smith hangs in there. Fury right behind Green Pies. Is he looking to try and make a move? He's right onto the back of Green Pies. He couldn't be any closer to Green Pies. All this, and A. Smith is causing this train. Gary looking to the inside of A. Smith. He can't get the job done. Fury's going to go around the outside of Green Pies in Parabolica. Is he going to get the job done with the soft tyre? He should be able to. And with the toe of Gary 131, he should be able to as well. But Green Pies has the toe of A. Smith. A. Smith under pressure from Gary 131. Gary looking to the outside. Well, we look at this by Green Pies just behind Fury. Is he going to be later on the brakes? Gary's trying to go around the outside. Green Pies is about to get caught out by Fury. Fury down the inside. A. Smith and Gary come together. They rub doors. Fury with the battery power. He's got a great run out the chicane. A. Smith has a better run. Gary's getting mugged left, right and centre. 4 cars all battling it out. There's going to be tears in a minute. Green Pies down the inside of A. Smith. A. Smith, is he going to hold on to the position? Green Pies goes straight on. Green Pies having to cut the chicane. He is now stuck behind the whole pack once again. Great racing from these 4, and Green Pies is the biggest loser out of that. Gary has got back in front of A. Smith. Fury now just behind A. Smith. This is a great little fight. All this going on, and Matt and Jamie are pulling away. Fury now looking to make a move on A. Smith. Down the inside of Ascari. No, he changes his mind. Green Pies just behind. He's just watching this unfold. They're now starting to form a DRS train. Green Pies very wide there, taking track limits there, but Fury with a better exit out of Ascari. He's looking to the outside. He did this to Green Pies. Is he going to try and do it on A. Smith? No, A. Smith with the soft tyres as well. He's able to fight back as Big Boy Brazier sets the fastest lap of the race as he's in front. And Green Pies just off the back of these guys. DRS is now enabled and Green Pies isn't close enough to make a move. He looks down the inside as Fury defends him, but Gary's still ahead of this group. Big Boy Brazier though, long into the distance. Ferrari looking good to try and take their first win at Monza here at Simplay Motorsport. Matimovic currently in second, and then we got this squabble of cars. Gary, A. Smith, Fury, and Green Pies. Green Pies got a run on Fury. He's looking to the outside of the chicane. Fury defends it and can't find a way past. Green Pies has gone round. Too much curb, too much roll, and he's reset there. Oh, that's going to be interesting. A reset button. We've asked the drivers to not use the reset, and Green Pies has used it there. Fury, CBK on the back of A. Smith. He looks to the outside. He just can't get the job done. A. Smith trying his best to defend, but with that superior down DRS, Fury is through. Go, Little Smith take a 4th as A. Smith just make a mistake. Is he out? Oh, he's managed to get away with that one. Doesn't look like he's got any damage either. That's going to give PM Motorsport an opportunity to try and attack him into a parabolica. A. Smith on those 16 lap old tyres. Is he choosing to come into the pits? No, he's staying out. Can Fury catch the 2 Aston Martins of Big Boy Brazier, Matimovic and Gary 131? PN Motorsport in the background with the DRS and on the medium tyres has managed to get himself past the AlphaTauri of A. Smith. But A. Smith coming back and makes contact with the Ferrari and goes round. So PN Motorsport carrying on after A. Smith hitting the side of him. Fury looking to try and capitalise on Gary 131. Gary running no helmet this week. Obviously just joined the session as we got going. Fury looking to try and catch him as much as he possibly can. But it's still Big Boy Brazier who leads this race, lap 31. 23 to go. Sorry. Yeah, 22, sorry. I can't do my maths here. As A. Smith and PN have lost out to Green Pies. He's now up into 5th place position and working to recover back what he lost. Green Pies exits Parabolica. Fury down the inside into turn 1 with the DRS zone. Gary's just defending it. He has the better line. Gary's now gone invisible on our screen and Fury is now up into 3rd place position. Fury going the ultimate strategy. He is on the soft tyres. If he can look after those tyres between now and the end, he will look good in this position. He just needs to be patient, Fury. Matimovic just in front of him on the medium tyre. He's got a long way to go. His tyres are quite old as well. Big Boy Brazier trying to extend his gap to Matt, but he does need to pit. He will have to pit for the medium tyre, because he's only done 1 stop. And down towards Parabolica. He goes. Matt currently in second. Fury in third. Fury pushing the car as hard as he can to try and catch the other Aston Martin. That's Gary 131. Green Pies, I think, took more track limits on the exit of Ascari. As Gary with the DRS is able to come back. Green Pies now setting fastest laps on the medium tyre. Gary down the inside, can't find a way past on Fury. Fury holds his position, but Gary goes right around the outside on the medium tyre and back ahead of Fury. Fury probably saved his battery and he's coming back at him. And around the outside, Fury carries on that position. Both these two having a cracking fight. Fury now defending the inside into the second chicane, but they're going to have Green Pies coming up behind them. As A. Smith is currently in the pits and now onto the medium tyre. He can go to the end. 20 laps still to go here at Monza. And Fury now ahead of Gary 131. Gary with the DRS though, he's able to try and catch on the back of Fury. He has to have a nice smooth Ascari and a smooth Parabolica, and he should be able to get another run into the first corner again. Green Pie's got a lot of work to do because he has got to clear this traffic. Both of these guys will be going to the end. And with those soft tyres, Fury's got a long way to go and he can't keep fighting as he is. As he goes through Parabolica. There's Gary 131. He does have DRS. So he's able to claw that gap back down. Here he comes. Gary 131 with the DRS. Is he going to Sutty send it into turn one? He's going for it. He's not quite close enough. Gary not able to capitalise there. As we go on board with Gary. And he doesn't have the battery power to attack Fury into the second chicane. And Green Pies is catching as well. Green Pies goes into the chicane. He can see these two just ahead. He's touching the gravel. He is pushing to try and catch these two, who are too busy squabbling over each other. Gary with the DRS this time. He's a lot closer to Fury. And Fury really holding Gary up there. Gary going around the outside of Ascari. He has to bail out of that one. But now he is under pressure from Green Pies, who goes off track to try and pass Gary 131. Gary on the outside. Green Pies lifts, knowing that he had to give the position back. Well, the game told him to give the position back. So here we go again, back down the main straight. But this time, Green Pies has a run on Gary 131 into the DRS zone. He gets one. Is he able to get Fury as well? Down towards turn one. Fury looking to defend, but Gary unable to do anything as Fury's missed his braking zone a little bit. That's going to allow Green Pies to get a little bit closer. And again, no battery power for Gary. He's dropped back and he's not able to fight these two. So Green Pies has managed to negotiate one of them. He now has to try and negotiate Fury. And we know what Fury's like. He's a feisty little teen. And he is going to fight this till the very end. Fury really needs to focus on putting on some good laps together. As Green Pies now puts the DRS on and is going to try and hunt him down. Into Ascari they go. Fury and Green Pies once again taking a lot of track limits on exit of Ascari. Surprised he's not getting penalised for that. The game will probably tell him that he is. Fury around Parabolica they go. Fury's going to be under pressure straight away. And I think all of that was due to Green Pies going wide at Ascari. And look at that, Green Pies gets back in front. Fury is probably going to try and send it into turn one. No, he doesn't. He stays behind. But he's going to try and get better traction, a better drive. And is he going to deploy battery power as well? He needs to stay in the toe, but Green Pies has the battery power as well. And he is able to stay in front of Fury. To go into the second chicane, and Fury hits the back of Green Pies. He's got front wing damage now. Green Pies gets unsettled into into the second chicane. Fury with front wing damage now. That's his attack done, and he'll struggle now to get past Green Pies. He might struggle to stay ahead of Gary. Fury forgetting that he has the DRS zone. So now Green Pies is on his way to try and chase down Matimovic. Let's see if he takes track limits again through Ascari. No, Fury does this time. Problem with Big Boy's strategy right now. He does lead this race, but he will need to go onto an alternate tyre, whether it's the medium or the hard tyre. And at this rate, either Matt or Green Pies are on the better strategy. Fury into the pits after that front wing damage. So that puts Gary up into 4th place. PN Motorsport will then move up into 5th place position. And A. Smith too far behind at the minute. He's currently in 7th place and he's 41 seconds behind. Possibly been in the pits a couple of times. But Fury's back out. PN now up into 5th place. So Big Boy's strategy at the minute, he's the only soft tyre runner and he needs to go for as long as possible on that tyre. I'm not sure what his strategy is right now. As Fury gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the chicane. So Fury getting himself in a little bit of trouble here. Big Boy Brazier leads this race. At the stage we just had a yellow flag. I'm not sure what for. As Big Boy Brazier goes into the first chicane. Matimovic just a little bit further back in 2nd place, 8.4 seconds behind. We've got this quiet stage as we've got a yellow flag. That is A. Smith. He's now retired from this race. Monza really catching people out. And the safety car comes out. This is the lifeline that Big Boy Brazier probably needed. PN steady points as Smithy says that. A. Smith is now out of this race. So Big Boy Brazier is going to be gifted a free pit stop here. This is going to help him out massively. He's now going to go on to the medium tyre, most likely. Well, Matt and Green Pies will have to keep going. Well, the question is, will Matt decide to come to pit and put the softs on? As Fury currently behind the safety car, he's now allowed to go past the safety car. That's going to help Fury get back into this fight. But Big Boy Brazier will be looking at coming into the pits, surely. So, Jamie realistically will only probably lose out to Matt and Green Pies here. So Big Boy Brazier exits Parabolica. This is what he needed. For once, the safety car has helped him out. He's into the pits he comes. So Matt and Green Pies going through Parabolica. Gary only now coming to Parabolica. Matt choosing the pit as well. So Matt's coming in for a set of softs, as is Green Pies. So all these guys coming in for tyres. Gary 131, he's coming in as well. So Big Boy Brazier will still lead this race. He'll be on the medium tyre. He's going to be under pressure. Green Pies in. Matt back out. He's on a set of softs. Green Pies on a set of softs. Gary probably going on to a set of softs. He does. PN's coming in as well. Everyone coming in. Does Fury come in? That's the question. Unlucky Little Smith says Smithy in the chat. 22 people currently watching. Guys, if you haven't done so, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. PN coming in and he's gone back to the medium. Fury is carrying on. He'll make one place out of all that. So Big Boy Brazier in the driver's seat for the win for Ferrari. We have another safety car here tonight. Big Boy Brazier leads the way. Matimovic in second. Third is Green Pies. Fourth is Gary 131 Fury in fifth, and PN Motorsport in sixth. Top six are only left, and we've lost A Smith, That Buzzy Boy, Go 10 Duffin, DJ Phil, Glick Joe, Rabbit Joe, and Craig E. We are just down to the top six here at Monza. Going through Ascari. Fury really getting some tyre temperature into his tyres. So as they come through Parabolica, and it is Big Boy Brazier who leads this race. But we are under another safety car. I think this is like the fifth safety car tonight. We've got 13 laps to go, pretty much a sprint towards the end. Big Boy Brazier on the medium tyre. Fury is really working those tyres. I honestly can't believe we're down to 6. It's almost as ridiculous as Gary having so many pit stops. Just to remember Monaco in that race. Your two-time pro champ, Gary 131, deciding to do, I think it was something like 15 pit stops at Monaco. It was absolutely brilliant. I loved every minute of it, and it really put a smile on my face. Gary 131 at the minute is currently in 4th place position, and he's behind Green Pies, Matimovic, and Big Boy Brazier. Can Jamie... Fury's at a spin. Him doing all those fancy weaving has actually caused him to lose a place to PN. So that's embarrassing, Fury. But I will believe the safety car will come in this lap as we're all bunched up and ready to go. Jamie with a really bad lag there. All the drivers under their AI. Big Boy Brazier under AI. Matt under AI. Green Pies isn't. Gary isn't either. Nor PN is. Fury definitely wasn't as he was warming up his tyres. Guys, make sure you tune in on Tuesday night as we will be getting ready for the British Touring Car Championship to return at Donington Park National. Can Fury extend his championship lead in the Renault Megane? Can Cobb catch him in his Renault? And can WSRC catch him in his Renault? As the Megane seems the most popular car at the minute. Or can I do anything in my little Astra to damage their advantage? But Big Boy Brazier now will control the pace. With his lag, this should be very interesting. Fury, look at him weaving his tyres. He's like Fernando Alonso in the back there. So we go on board with Matt. Look at that lag. He just does not know when to go. As he's sitting on the back of Big Boy Brazier. As Green Pies is with him. Big Boy Brazier, on he goes. And there he jumps ahead. That's going to give Green Pies the opportunity to try and get past Matimovic. As Green Pies will go down the inside of turn 1. Matt is going to have to defend as much as he possibly can. Look at this, the championship rivals going at it. Matt sticking to the outside. He's going to be more on the inside. He rubs with doors on Green Pies. Green Pies touches the gravel. Gary's going to come with him. Gary, again, he does not seem to have the traction or the drive out of the first chicane. That's going to give Fury an opportunity to have a look. Green Pies to the outside of the second chicane. He saved his battery. Is he going to go around the outside? Matt squeezes him. Green Pies goes wide. Matt's dropped it. Matt has dropped it. That's going to give Green Pies second place. Fury now up into third. Green Pies currently in second place position. Matimovic will not be happy with that one, as he will now try and catch the pack up once again. Can he salvage some points here? The lucky thing is there's not a lot of drivers left here. As Big Boy Brazier on the medium tyre tries to extend his gap to Green Pies in second place. Fury now under pressure from Gary 131. Gary going around the outside. Is he going to get the job done in Ascari? In Parabolica, he does. Fury on those mediums will not really have a lot of an answer, but he will have the slipstream here. towards the chicane. There you come, Fury in the slipstream, but on the medium tyre, the slower tyre as such, and he can't quite catch on the back of Gary. What's happened to Big Boy? Big Boy's put it in the gravel. He's put it in the gravel, and he has lost his chance of winning this race. Big Boy Brazier has thrown this race win away. That is giving Green Pies the race lead. And Gary 131 struggling here to keep Fury behind. Fury is now ahead of Big Boy Brazier. Big Boy Brazier looking to try and make a move on Fury. And Fury really troubling some of these drivers here. He's very aggressive. But Big Boy Brazier is looking to try and make a move on him. DRS not enabled just yet, as Matt is on a mission to try and catch them back up. And Big Boy Brazier up into third place position. Fury obviously with the penalty as well, 3 seconds, so not much he can do there. Matt on a recovery drive here, and he's unable to catch the pack. Just when everyone else got lucky with safety cars, the one time he needs a safety car, it's probably not going to happen now. He's on his way to try and catch PN Motorsport. Green Pie sets the fastest lap of the race at 22.9. As DRS is now enabled, Fury not able to stick to the back of Big Boy Brazier here. So at this rate, Gary 131 currently in second place position after Big Boy going off on track. Green Pies has now moved himself back into the race lead. And he sets the purple first sector. He goes a little bit sideways there as Gary bounces over the chicane. Big Boy goes cleanly through it. Fury trying to catch onto the back of them. How is Matt's progress getting on? He's not even catching PN Motorsport. He's struggling a little bit here. PN able to just match Matt at this precise stage. Oh, Fury dangerously close to dropping the rear there. We've got 10 laps to go of this race, and it's Green Pies who's leading the way. As Big Boys Brazier's internet looks more and more sketchier each time, and Green Pies' lead is extending to 22.1. He is pumping in some fast lap times here. Big Boy really struggling with his internet there. He's not going to disconnect, I know that for sure. He's just going to be a pain for everybody else. Fury now trying to get on the back, but he's just losing time. Big Boy on the fresher mediums. There seems to be a better setup for him. And look, Big Boy just disappears in front of him. 1 minute is a second, there's a second and a half. That's how much of a pain that internet's been for them. As Matt is now slowly catching on the back of PN. That will be 5th place if he can get past him. But he is running out of time. Could he possibly catch Fury on the medium tyre, who himself is making a few mistakes? There is Matehimovic trying to catch on to the back of PN Motorsport. Matt he's going to be driving with anger, I know that for sure, and he's going to want to bring that gap down as quickly as he possibly can to PN. PN luckily makes a mistake for Matt, and that's an easy place for Matt to make. That's 5th place now. Can he catch Fury? Fury, who's currently ahead, is seems to be struggling on his mediums. He doesn't seem as confident on them. He runs a little bit wide through Parabolica. So Parabolica seems to be Fury's Achilles heels a little bit, but Matt will be coming after him and trying to bring that gap down to Fury. Green Pie is currently out in front, 4 seconds ahead of Gary 131, who's currently in 2nd place position. Big Boy Brazier currently in 3rd, with Fury in 4th place. Matimovic, after his little contact with Green Pies, is currently 5th, and he is on a recovery drive. This has got to be the fastest set of laps he has ever produced on this game to try and catch Fury and Big Boy. I doubt he'll catch Jamie. So the roles reverse after Zandvoort Green Pie struggling in Zandvoort and losing points to Matt. In this case, Matt is going to lose points to Green Pies. But a reminder, Matt will not be able to race the next round of the championship, which will be Kota, as he is away off in Switzerland. Is it this weekend or next weekend? No, Mexico. I don't know. I know he's missing. No, he's missing Mexico. That's the one. So he will be able to race Kota. He'll mix Mexico and Imola for the GT3 championship. But Matt did not need this tonight. He's pushing all the limits there through Parabolica. And again, it's all just fanned out a little bit. No one's really close to anyone else. As they're coming into the last few laps here at Monza, and it is good so far. It's going Italian, but the Italian car is the Alfa Romeo of Green Pies, who has a wiggle through Lesmo 1. Don't want to do too many of them or we will make a mistake. Second place is British Racing Green of the Aston Martin of Gary 131 in second place at this stage. Then it's Big Boy Brazier currently in third place position. Fourth is Fury. And in fifth place is this man, your championship leader, Matt Imovic, currently in fifth. And he's not making any inroads on Fury. They've actually lost a little bit of time to Fury that lap, as Fury pulls a gap on him. PM Motorsport currently in sixth place and is the last car running here. Better result for him. Now he's actually scoring points. Last couple of rounds he's dropped it all on his own and really struggled to come back. The big boys maybe just creeping onto the back of Gary a little bit here as we come into the final stages. Six laps to go here at Monza. And Big Boy Brazier not quite catching onto the back of Gary. Gary needs to make a horrendous mistake possibly for Big Boy to get closer. And Matt again just seems to be struggling. He hasn't got the drive, he hasn't got the traction to try and bring that gap down to Fury. Fury matching him, and I think Fury's just calmed down a little bit as the conditions have cooling off. Maybe as you see a little bit of fog coming in. The beautiful sunshine has disappeared. We've got a little bit of overcast, possibly a bit of fog here at Monza. A little bit of sunshine here and there, but it's not as hot. Possibly the softs aren't working as well. That's why Matt has actually lost time again. He's nowhere near Fury at this stage. Fury in fourth place is pulling away from Matt. So Matt's best position so far is fifth, unless one of the leaders makes a mistake as Green Pies goes and starts the 48th lap here. 53 to go here at Monza, and so far it's going Irish. Into turn one he goes, with Gary coming down towards turn one as well, and Big Boy Brazier currently in third place. Guys, if you like what you see here, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Have a look on our Facebook and Discord page if you do want to be a part of the action. The Discord code is in the chat. You will have to scroll back up because I did post it in a while ago. So if you do want to get involved, then head over to there and we can get you out on track. Tune in on Tuesday night as we will have the British Touring Cars back on track at Donington Park National for the second round of their championship as they head to Donington Park National, where this man, Fury CBK, is leading the championship in his Renault Megane. 100 litres for him for race one, as will Cobb, myself and WSRCJ for the next round of the championship. Part of the ballast system we run here at Simplay Motorsport. And then tune in on a Wednesday night as we have the Pro-Am boys back on track as they head to Road America for the second round of their championship. Can Bryn extend his championship lead after a fantastic round at Sakito, allowing him to take the lead of the championship, taking his first win as well? We've also Lil Leach taking a win at Sakito. Can those boys extend their championships by going a one better at Road America? That is the question. Tune in for that, and also tune in on Thursday night as you will have this man Gary131 and his fellow teammate Matimovic back on track again as they hit the road of Road America. Can they conquer the Mercedes-Benz around there? Can they take a win away from Andy and the Overtaker? Overtaker leading the championship in his Lamborghini. Can anybody stop him? Is he that dominant, or can Andy, Matt, Gary, Sutty, can any of those guys, including Fury as well, who's also in that championship, can any of those guys take the fight to the Overtaker? But we will be back in a week's time here in F1 for the 13th round of the championship as we head to America again. COTA, the circuit of the Americas. Green Pies is bringing that gap down in the championship. Is he able to capitalize there? Him and Gary have had history there. Is it going to happen again in turn one? That is the question. And can Matt extend his championship lead, or is he going to lose it here tonight? That's the question, as he'll be off to Switzerland as they go to Mexico next the week after. Matt's championship looking like it's starting to slip a little bit, starting to go the way of Green Pies. Is that rain? We have a light sprinkle of rain at the end of this race. Yeah, I can see a bit of raindrops coming on the cars. We got a sprinkle of rain. Gary's driver's going to get a little bit wet in that car, but I don't think it's going to enough to really affect these cars. But it is, that's rain on the car. In certain sections, that is a little bit of rain. Yeah, you can see it there. Rain is coming down. These boys have got to pay attention for a couple of laps. Rain is coming down, and we know what this game is like for rain. You even saw it there on the ground. It's starting to form here. Is this what's going to happen in Miami? Are we going to have rain in Miami? Right now, at the end of this Monza race, we're getting rain. So, who's going to capitalize here? Matt has actually brought the gap down a little bit from Fury. Is Fury start to struggle with these wet conditions now kicking in? Again, I don't think it's going to rain hard enough. Green Pies is going to want to finish this race as quickly as he possibly can while he's on the dry tyres. But we have rain here at Monza. But so far, not really affecting the drivers. Green Pies has a big wiggle through turn one. Gary towards turn two. Big Boy Brazier is also in turn one as Matimovic pits. I guess he had nothing to lose. PN Motorsport coming in to Parabolica. Is he going to opt to pit? No. So Matt, what's he doing? He's putting the inters on. He has nothing to lose. So is the rain going to get a little bit harder? Are these guys able to stay out on track? As Matt, surely that's too early for inters, but surely he's got nothing to lose as he goes straight on into turn one. And he's just wheel spinning. He's dropped the car, and that is Matt's chance of winning this race gone. The inters are not working at this stage. It's too dry. As Green Pies goes into Parabolica. And Green Pies towards the start-finish line. He starts lap 52 here. Matt goes through Parabolica as well. Matt, obviously, Gary goes through Parabolica. All these guys are staying out on the slick tires, and Matt opting for the inters. I don't think it's working for him. Has he got grip? Doesn't sound like he's got any grip whatsoever. He's going wide. So the soft tire, well, the dry tires was the tire to stay on. Unless someone drops it in the last lap. Fury has a big moment there, taking a lot of curb. Wheel spinning out the chicane. PN Motorsport also staying out on track. P5 for him, a lot better performance from him. He's not on the wall, that's all we can say. As he's really been struggling in the last couple of rounds, but he's going to stay clean for this one. 6 cars remain of this race. And Green Pies still leading this race. As he goes through Ascari a little bit more cautiously as the rain is coming down. but it's not going to be enough to put him off, I don't think. Gary a little bit slower that lap. He's 11 seconds off the lead now. And Big Boy Brazier comes through that sector. Matt gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. Like that will do any difference to him right now. As Green Pies now starts his final lap of this race. Unless we have a torrential downpour. Green Pies is looking good for a win here. Gary 131 currently in second place position. Big Boy Brazier not able to capitalise. Fury in fourth. And PN Motorsport in fifth place position. And Matahimovic in sixth on the Inters. Again, gambling, and it's not paying off. As there's just not enough rain for the slick tyres to lose their grip. I mean, they're even able to run the curbs. They're not that scared to touch the curbs so far. So the dry runners will be fine till the very end here. Gary 131 going through a Lesmo 2. It comes down towards Ascari. But it's this man who's coming home to take the win here at Monza. As Green Pies goes into Parabolica. And he's going to come home in an Italian car for an Italian team by an Irish driver. It is Green Pies who takes the win here at Monza and brings that championship gap down to Matahimovic. Second is going to be Gary 131 as he comes towards the line to take a solid P2 for him. Third place is going to be Big Boy Brazier. He will finish in third with Fury CBK in fourth. He's going to come very slow to the line. If he's not too careful, PN will catch him out. But Fury comes home for a fourth place position. And PN Motorsport will take the fifth place. As Matimovic is just cruising towards the line. PN Motorsport, after a couple of bad rounds not being able to finish, he's going to come home and finish in fifth place position just as this rain starts to hit. And Matt brings up the rear in sixth place position. But it is this man, Green Pies, is your race winner. I will get the top three into the chat. So give me a minute here. Guys, get your votes in on driver of the day. As I get the top three into the chat. Gary once again appearing offline, so I can't find him. Excuse me for this, because Gary always makes my life difficult. There he is, adding them into the chat. But Green Pies is your winner as Matt comes through Parabolica now. He does score points, he does finish this race. But obviously he will be unhappy with that result. The game's driver of the day has gone to... Who's it gone to? Let's wait and see. Fury CBK gets driver of the day. So according to the game, Fury is your driver of the day. Regarding the championship standings, I think Matt's been doing it while he's been cruising around. And there is your top three. Green Pies is your race winner here this evening, with Gary in second and Big Boy Brazier in third. Regarding the championships, so I'm just waiting for it to refresh. The championship standings at this stage looks like this. Matimovic leads the way with 205 points, 11 ahead of Green Pies as they go to Kota for the next round of the championship. Third place is Gary 131. Fourth place is Mazda. Fifth is Sutty Apex. Sixth is PN Motorsport. Seventh is Big Boy Brazier. Eighth is Fury. Ninth is A Smith. 10th is Monkey Boy. 11th is the Mutts Nuts. 12th DJ Phil. 13th Gelram. 14th Argent. 15th Rabbit Joe. 16th KLF 900. Keegs in 17th. 18th is Goten Duffin. 19th Glick Joe. 20th Bryn. 21st is Leon Fernie, Too Hot For You in 22nd, That Buzzy Boy 23rd, and Craig E in 24th. The team's championships look like this. Aston Martin lead the way with quite a big lead over Alfa Romeo, 155 points ahead of them, with McLaren in second place, in third place with 49 points. Ferrari in fourth now with 119. Williams 100 and 118, sorry, as the points just get updated, and I'll carry on with that in a moment's time. But we'll start with the third place man, Jamie. It looks so good for you. You had the lead. Ferrari were looking good to take the win at Monza, and just turn one. What happened?
I just caught the apex of turn one. I'd done it earlier in the race and just lost it. Let's say that curb, the second chicane, and the exit of Ascari are lethal around here, and so we know that the curbs on this game aren't the nicest anyway. And yeah, that curb was just one of them. I caught it and lost the race lead.
Yeah, but though you did look like you had good pace there. It seemed like that normally when you get caught out with safety cars, it always happens to you. But this time, the third, I can't remember how many safety cars now, but the last safety car looked like it benefited you, and looked like you were going to take your first win.
Yeah, so I thought, it's the same. It's the same as Spa all over again. I've got a bit of a lead, and the safety cars come out, but yeah, I'm happy with the third. At the end, I just didn't have the pace to catch Gary, because I think I was on the wrong tyre at the end. If I'd been on the softs, then might have been a different story. But yeah.
Nonetheless, you've got to be proud of that. Both you and PN scored good points for Ferrari here at Monza, at your home circuit. That's got to be a good for you as you head to Kota for the next round of the championship.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good for both me and PN. Yeah, PN was just happy to make it past lap 3 this time.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see you in a week's time, Jamie, but congratulations on your third place.
Thank you.
We then move on to the second place man, the Aston Martin driver, but this time it's Gary 131 at the top of the Aston Martin drivers. And Gary, a bit of a weird race for you. It's been up and down. It wasn't as easy at the start, but it always seems to plan your way towards the end.
Nah, it's always the same when you don't get any practice in, as you know, Dan. So yeah, just turned up and got some steady laps in, tried to stay out of trouble, to be fair. But I'm glad I weren't up the front, to be fair, because it sounded a bit of a handful. Jeremy was having a road with show apparently, and Liam Paul was bouncing off the curve and don't even squirm at all. So I don't quite know how you meant to catch up with that.
Yeah, so towards the end there, Matt obviously pushing in, on the restart, Green Pies and yourself and Matt all very tight, and Matt just got a little bit unlucky there and spun round, and he loses out, but you benefit, but surely Matt's not going to be happy about that one.
Racing incident, I think it was a bit close. I don't know whether he touched a couple of wheels on the curb and just sent him into Green Pies, and like I said, Green Pies' car just does not move. I see him bouncing over the curbs and it just doesn't unsettle whatsoever, so I wouldn't mind knowing his little tricks.
Well, we go to Kota, the next round of the championship, and you and Green Pies have a little bit of history here, don't you?
Yeah, turn 1 could be interesting. I'll make sure I get the right brake pedal this time.
I might just not take part in qualifying.
But nonetheless, Gary, that's got to make you feel a little bit better going into the next round. A bit more confidence under yourself after taking second place.
Yeah, all good fun, and look forward to next week's battles.
Good luck also on Tuesday night as you hit the BMW at Donington Park National.
Lovely, thank you very much, and well done, Green Pies.
Well done. Well done, Gary. As we now move on to your race winner, Green Pies. A win here in the Italian car of the Alfa Romeo in front of the Italian fans, and that has brought the championship down to 11 points with a race win and pole position, a race win and fastest lap. How does that feel?
It's good, yeah, but yeah, it was a very up and down race. It was going all my way, and then that safety car happened. I was behind Gary for the restart, and I need to go back and watch that because it just seemed like he broke on the restart, so I had to brake. I got a penalty for overtaking someone last race, and I wasn't about to let that happen again. And then I'm not sure if you caught it, but I nearly got 3 overtakes in one corner, and A. Smith just pushed me onto the grass a bit, and I had to go wide, very wide.
Nonetheless, though, you have brought that that championship gap down to 11 points. Both Matt and yourself knowing that you both won't be able to make certain races. It's really coming down to the wire now.
Yeah, I don't know. Myself and Matt, we were battling wheel to wheel there, and I think he might have got his wheels onto the grass or something, spun around, because whenever we went through that second chicane, I booked it over to the right of the track, and then he spun and hit me. So I don't think I was the cause of that. I made sure to give him plenty of space every time that we were racing wheel to wheel.
Well, I'm pretty sure the stewards will be reviewing that one, but nonetheless, you gotta feel a little bit confident going into COTA now with a race win under your belt, 11 points separating you two. Obviously, you know what happened last time at COTA. How are you feeling going into that one?
COTA's far from my best track. I'm definitely gonna have to put in some good practice coming up. But
nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the win and fastest lap of the race. And I don't know if we got any votes in for driver of the day. Well done to Green Pies, and well done Gary, and Big Boy Brazier says Smithy. Other than that, guys, that is it here at Simplay Motorsport for the F1 Championship. Green Pies has brought the gap down to 11 points as they go to the circuit of the Americas. Matt won't be able to race at Mexico, so it's all about gaining as many points as possible as we now head to also on a Tuesday night, the touring cars will hit the track once again, Donington Park National. Tune in then at 8 PM Tuesday night. But from myself and everybody here at Simplay Motorsport, it's good night.